Hello everyone, welcome to our KEA workshop. This part of the workshop is to build Revit model using masses. This is the model that we are going to build in next minutes, hours. So helpful is to have the heights of each building. So we are going to use this JPEG file very often. Another thing, we are going to open in Google Map this location. This is the address, just to see how it looks like in Google View. And to get closer to the shapes, let's start it. Please open Revit file or Revit computer program, and then we'll create a file from scratch. Go to New, Architectural Templates, Project, then OK. And then that's ready. The next we'll do is we can bring this CAD plan. The CAD plan, you should have it on your computer. Also, there is a Google View image attached together with the files. That's our school, building A, and then we'll build those buildings, and feel free to build more if you like. So in our file, we can save our Revit file first. I'll go to our folder, which is here, workshop and Revit file, and I'm going to call this KEA workshop. In options, change it for number 1, OK, and then save it. Then zoom out and move the elevation views somewhere outside here and there. And then let's go to site. In our site view, you can find it in project browser, floor plans and site. In our site view, we'll hide this project base point. So left click, right click, hide in view by elements. And then also we would like to hide our survey point. Left click, right click, hide by elements. Next, insert, import cut. There is also an option link cut. Link cut, as it says, is only linked. So any changes we do in our cut file can be updated in our Revit file, and we can get the changes. Once we use import cut, the difference is that we can't do any changes anymore in our cut file because it will be part of our Revit file. Another important thing between link and import, when we import, the size of the file will increase. Doesn't really matter in our case because the file is very small and we are not going to do much except a few massing boxes. So import cut is fine. Make sure you're in the site view, import cut, then desktop, KEA, workshop, and I have my cut plan in here. What we need to set up before importing cut file, make sure is you have the same settings. So current view only, yes, we can do it, or If you don't do it, the CAD file will be available in your level 0, level 1 site, 3D view, and other views. It's up to you. We can just check current view only. So it's going to be only in our side view. And this is where we have to go each time that we want to pick lines from CAD file. But that's fine. Once we know, we can manage this. Layers, all import units, auto detect usually works. Correct lines, yes, please check this box. Auto origin to origin, that's very important. And then open that. So this is our CAD file. Select that CAD file, make sure it's pin. How you know it's pin? This symbol should look like this, and also in here you should have unpin option available. If there is a pin option available, please pin it. And then next, this view symbol, I want to move somewhere here. I'm going to change the scale, so 1 to 500. So you can see actually the views much better now. I'm going to move it somewhere here. We're not going to use this much anyway. Next, we can also bring our Google view. So to do it, we can go to Insert and then Image and then Google View. Then Open and place that here. Now, it's difficult to see it. What's important is we want to select this image and then make sure it says background. That means the CAD file is going to be in front. Another thing is with the CAD file, could be helpful if we change the settings. So first of all, select it, bring to front. Now we can see the CAD file is on the top of the image. And also, if you select the CAD file, right-click, override graphics in view by element, projection line. The weight is fine. Color, choose the first top left corner, then OK, then OK. Now it's easier to see. Let's see if that helps. And then next we have to match this building into this JPEG. Now I can see the scale is too large. When you want to rescale, make sure that log proportions is checked. Otherwise, you will change the proportions, and we don't want to do that. So where is that building? It's somewhere here. Still, it's too large. I'm going to scale this down again. That building is here, and where is our building? It's very easy to get confused. Yeah, our building is here. So let's see what's the situation now. Still, that JPEG is too large. So I'm going to reduce the size on both sides. You can use also the key arrows on your keyboard. Still too large. I'm using my arrows from my keyboard now. Yeah, it's getting closer. But still, this JPEG is slightly too large. I think that's better now. Oh, now it's too small. So get more or less just to have an idea how the roofs look like. Yeah, more or less. So what we can do now, we can pin it as well if we like. Also, what we can do is you can select it, and each time you want to see just our cut file, you can press HH to hide temporary height. Once you press HH, you can see this blue frame. That means there is something hidden. To reset that, HR is press the HR just to get back to the previous settings. Okay, for now, I'm going to actually press HH. I don't need that. I'm going to start with the mass here, and also I'm going to open this helpful JPEG. So if we start with this roof, with this building, then we can check how high is the building. So 23,000 is the top of this roof, and then the top of the main roof is 29,000. So 23 and 9. Let's do it that way. So to create a mass, first of all, you need to turn on masses in the project. So left click, and be aware when you close your file and you open again, that might be off again. So to see actually what you've done, you have to come back to massing and turn this on again. Now we are going to use in place mass. There is another way to create masses. We can create it in external file and then load it into the project. But this technique, it's more useful for many masses because each actually building is different mass. So let's use that way. In place mass 1 is fine. Okay. Then we have few tools to create our mass. The most useful for us today is pick lines because we have our lines from our cut file. So pick lines, and then let's pick, oh, there's an accident. Pick all the lines around the building. There's a small one as well. This one. Yeah, that will do. Once you're finished, then go to 3D and take a look at the shape. If you like the shape, escape and then select that shape. Once it's selected, go to modify lines and then create form. Revit automatically create form based on that lines that we picked, and then make sure that the height is right. As I remember from the JPEG, it should be 23,000. Then press enter, and that will do. And finish mass. Okay, so this is our first mass. This is the front facade from the street. Next, we will build roof. Let's see in Google Maps how the roof looks like. We know that's the simple way, but let's see if we can see more details. So google.com/maps, enter. And in here, in Copenhagen, type address Princess Charlotte Gate 38, Copenhagen. Okay, now we found it. Now once you have the correct address, then yeah, that's the right. You can see the preview here, the image. You can turn that off, and also you can change for earth. So down here, left click, and we have our building here. Now if you hold Control and left click, you can orbit the view, and this is the building we are going to create using masses. Now next, I would like to get rid of the bus stops and other information. You can go to this menu, left, and then labels off. Okay, done. Now we have a nice view. Then if you want to move around, use also Shift, hold Shift and left click. Holding Shift and left click, you can move around. You can't zoom in closer. That's how far we can go, but that's enough just to read some basic shapes from the buildings around. Okay, so I can see that the roof is actually, it is a simple roof. I will go back to my Revit file and orbit that, and I'm going to create another mass. So site, then massing, in place mass, mass 2 is fine, okay. Then I'll use this tool line, and I'm going to create line here, 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 and here. Next, I'll go to 3D, and I need to find, modify, I need to find where the lines. It seems like I create lines in our level 0. So what I'm going to do, I will select the lines, and then in host, change that for pick. And then we want to pick the top of the roof, the top of the building. Select that, and you can see all the lines has moved up, and they are lying down on the top of the other mass. Okay, once we have it this sorted, then select it. Make sure for the all of the lines are selected, and then create form. Then change this height for 6000, and then once the top is selected, use the tab key if you cannot select the top. Use the tab key to change the selection. Once you see the blue frame, then left click, then the top is selected. And we can get we have an option, edit profile. If you don't have that option, you can also unlock. You can see that sometimes the profile might be locked, so you can unlock the profile. Edit profile, and then what we want to do, we want to create this shape with 4 slopes. The best view for doing this is side view. So go to side view, then create a line that goes from the middle to the middle. That's one thing. And then create a line that is yeah, 90 degrees is fine actually. Okay, so 90, and then let's start it from this. So create this line first, and then when that line intersects the long line, create another line, And then what we want to do, we want to cut off this line in this point. So trim, extend, and then I'm going to trim this. And then I'm going to mirror that line on that side. So mirror the second one, not pick axis, but mirror draw axis. Then find the middle point here, left click, and then left click here, and that line has been copied into the other side. Escape, trim those lines, and then clean it up. So delete this one, and delete all of the lines around, and then finish that. Now, if we go back to 3D view, finish mass, and this is our mass. Okay. So that's our first building. What we would like to do, we would like to apply a material into it and also join both masses together. So if you select that mass, you can go to join in modify, join, select this one, and then select the second one. You won't see the difference now, but you might see the difference later on when we join a few buildings together, and we can get rid of the join lines when two masses are joined together. Okay, another thing is I would like to create a material for it. So select it, edit in place, use the tab key to select all. Then in properties window, material, check this, select this box, click that box. And then let's find plastic white. Then plastic white. If you don't see that window below, click this icon here, show hides library panel. And what I'm looking for now is plastic material. For example, this one, plastic opaque white. Now, because this library is external, so it's in our computers, but it's not in the project. But if we are going to use that, first of all, we have to load that material into our project. This is project library. This is external library. So plastic opaque white, loaded. Then right click and duplicate. And the name is going to be KEA plastic opaque white. That's fine. Now, the one thing I would like to change is the way we see it in our shaded style. So color, I'll move this almost to the white color. Okay. Then appearance, that's fine. This is almost white color, which is perfect. Another thing I would like to do is, you see this texture is shared with the previous plastic opaque white material. I would like to make this unique. Please press duplicate this asset, and that asset now is unique. It's not going, so whatever we change here is not going to change the previous, the original material. Graphics, that's perfect. And apply, okay. But actually the white color, I'm going to use it for other buildings. As you can see, the other buildings are white. This is going to be yellow. So that's good. We create white color. The next is to create yellow color and apply to our KEA building. So select it again, and let's go to our materials And this time I'll duplicate this again, but I'll change white for yellow, and this color should be more yellow. So find color that you like, then OK. And also in our renderings settings, we also would like to have this in yellow. So the first one is just for shaded mode. This one is for renderings. So both need to change for yellow. Now change this, duplicate this asset, and that's correct. Apply. Let's see this color white appearance. As you can see, I didn't duplicate it before I changed the yellow color, and that change actually changed our white color. So I'm going back here and I'll change this for white. Back to white, and I'm going to duplicate this. Apply. Let's check yellow. That's correct. Finish mask. Then select this, edit in place. Select it again. Material, and apply the yellow. KEA opaque yellow. And then finish mask. And next is going to be, for example, the building next to our KEA building. Let me actually see. Save the project if Revit wants. Okay, that looks correct. So level. Next is site view, and then let's create this small building here. Let's go to Google View. What we can see, it's a very small building here, which it says it's 5 meters here. Okay, so that mass is very simple. Massing, in place mass 3 is fine. Pick lines, and let's pick this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and trim tool. Always the shape has to be closed. Not always, but in our situation. And then I'm going to 3D and modify, and then select that shape, and then create form. And also the height has to be 5000. And the material is going to be, use the tab key to select all. It's going to be KEA plastic opaque white. Okay, finish mask. Okay, now we have 2 buildings. Let's go back to site. Let's create another one. The other one is 9 meters. Okay, so massing, in place mass 4 is fine. Pick, and pick this one, this one, this one, this one. Use the trim tool. So trim that. Trim this and trim this. Go to 3D view and select all. Create form. Let's find the dimensions, and it should be 9000. Enter and apply our KEA plastic opaque white. Now, since we use that white material for the other building, it should come each time as the default material. So it's very easy to apply that material. It is white. Sometimes you will see that it's very dark gray, but it's because of the sun, of the shadows, but it is actually white. Okay, next, finish mass. Next, site. What else we have? We have this building here, which is 18,000. Okay, massing, in place mass, and then pick this line, this one, this. So pick all the lines. Go to 3D view, modify, and then select that, create form. That was 18,000. So I'm going to modify the height, 18,000, and then I'll apply opaque white. Now, once we have 3 buildings, 4 actually now, it's time to create another one. For example, this one here. Let's see what's the story. It's 20,000. Okay, finish mass, the previous mass. Then massing, in place mass, mass 6, pick and pick those lines. This one, this one, this one, this one, and we need to trim this the corners. Once it looks good, let's go to 3D. Let's go to 3D just to be sure that all the lines are correct. Select that, create form, and was it to 20,000? Yes, 20,000. And then material, plastic opaque. Next is this building here, has 2 parts. So the first one is 23,000 and the top one is 28,000. Now let's see also here how it looks like. So you can see that building here. So this will be 23,000 and that will be 28,000. We could also create the slope here. I can see that. I didn't create in this image here, but we actually can do it now. So 23,028. Let's go back to our side view. Finish mass if you haven't finished. Side view. And that's the building. So massing, in place mass, mass 7, that's fine. And then pick 4 sides. Then go to 3D and you can trim it. So we can close the loop. Once this is done, select all, create form, and type 20. That was 23,000. Let me check. 23, yes. And the next one is going to be 28. So it's 5,000. Next. Finish mass. massing and site, in place mass, mass 8, then site, pick lines, and pick this one, this one, this one, this one. Go to 3D view and use trim tool to trim the corners. Modify, select the shape, and then create form. And that form needs to be 5000 height. Okay. Now, as we could see the slopes, so how it works, it goes straight up and then has a slope. That means we should create a profile. We can use this X-ray. It's very helpful. And then we can add profile. At that profile, let's place it somewhere in the middle. Okay, we have this and that. This needs to go that way. So select that, and you can move slightly there. And then also you can move this in this way. Now we need straight corners. So what I would like to do, I would like to use this tool dissolve, and then I would like to select those two, create form, and those two. Oh, so make sure you select this, and then create form. Just one more time, use the tab key. So this and tab key, control left, create form. Okay, now apply material that is our opaque white, and also for this part, opaque white, and then finish mass. So once this is finished, let's see the material here, add it in place. The material has to be opaque white, finish mass. So once this is done, you can select that, you can join this part and this part, this part and this. We have one more, this one and this one. There is something, an error, but that's fine. That will do for now. What next? Let's see, Google Earth, Google Map. Where we? Okay, so that's our building. Next, there is something going on here. So we have also two different parts. Okay, let's build that. Side view. And we can build this part first. And let's see how high is that. So this part, it looks like is 13,000, which I think is higher actually. It's going to be 20. It's going to be the same as this. So let's see what's that. This is 23,000. So that part should be 23,000. It's probably a mistake here. Okay, so massing, in place mass, pick lines, pick this, 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 and this. Then go to 3D and trim those. Once it's done, select it, create form, and apply different height, which is 23,000 up, and the material is opaque white. Next, there is a small one. What's the height? 8,000. Side view. And finish the previous mass. So massing, in place, mass 10. Pick the lines, and I'm going to pick those and this and this. 3D view, trim, and trim this shape. Select it, create form, and that form is 8,000 height. Then material is going to be white, opaque white. Finish that. Let's see what's next. And we have a roof that is 13,000. So the roof is going to be 5,000. The difference between 13 and 8. That's 5. Site. And we can change the style if we don't see the line below. So I have changed it for wireframe, and I can see the lines below. Now, what I need to do is to create massing again, in place mass, then OK, and then pick lines, and I'll pick this line, this line, this one, this one, this one, this one. Let's go back to this view, and we should see our line somewhere here. So I'll clean this, this and this, this and this. It's actually hard to see, at least I don't see. So I need to go back to site. I need to pick this line, which is there. For some reason is in a different reference plane. So select that line, go to host and pick the top, and that line should be there now. It's probably the same story with the line, the small line. Oh, maybe something else happened. So I'm going to trim this line. So I have this shape up to now, up to here. And also I want to trim this corner. So I missed this small line. Let's go back to site. And I want to pick, oh, there is a line. So that line, oh no, there's no line. So I'm going to use the tab key to select the right line and then left click. And make sure actually this line is in our pick a plane, and I'm going to pick a plane in our 3D view, this plane. So select it. No, didn't work. So select that line again, pick, and pick the top. Now trim and trim that part. Once it's finished, press modify and then select that shape and create form. And that form should be 5000. Oops. Not 5, but 3 more zeros. And what's next? We can apply white material. And also we would like to change the shape. So if I use the same technique as before, X-ray, and then I can move this. So if this is 8000, I can move to 4000. Or actually Control Z, I can actually select the top and edit profile. I think that is going to be easier. I'm going to create a line, make sure it's perpendicular. And I started in the midpoint here. And what I'm going to create, trim. I'm going to trim those. And I'll delete all the other lines. This and this. And this one. Modify, delete. Okay, that looks okay. Finish that. And turn that off. Change for white. It is already changed. And that's the shape of the roof. Then what we can do, finish and then join. Let's join this and this. So you see, when you join, if you have the same material, Revit is going to clean it up and we have no line between two different masses, which is okay. Now we can actually join more, so we can join this and this. We can join also this and this and this and this. Okay, what's next? Next is going to be the gate, for example, here. So gate, massing, in place mass, then pick lines, and I'll pick this one, this one, this one, this one. I'll go to 3D view. And yes, I want to be in level 0, that's correct. Trim the corners. Okay. Once it's done, modify, and then select it, create form. And that form should be let me select the top. Also, let's check the change the material. So the material is going to be the white material. That's one thing. Oh, I don't have the top. So Control Z, I think I did a mistake. So when you select that, make sure that all the lines are selected. So select this. 4 lines. We need to select 4 lines. Otherwise, we'll get. Oh, that's the problem. So you see, the loop was not closed, and that's why we didn't get a solid form. We just got a line that were extended up. So what I need to do, trim the corner and then modify and then select it. And now this should create a form and we can get a height that was, I think, 9000. Enter. Let's see in this. We don't have any information, but it is 9,000. Material, plastic opaque white, and then what we can create is also void form. So void form, and the void form is going to be, sorry, that was too early. So finish mass, and then massing, in place mass, and then line, and I'm going to create this shape. Actually, let me cancel the mass. I'm going to edit this in place, and then I'm going to create a shape in this mass. So let's say 5,000 up, then we have an arc, which is, let's say, 3,000 width. Oh, that's not arc. Delete it. Straight line up around 5,000. Then this around 3,000 going up, and then we have a straight line going down, and then straight line here. Now once it's done, select that, make sure that there is a line. Let's see if that works. Void form, no. Control Z. I'm going to create line from here to here. No, there was a line already, sorry. Select it. Void form. Okay, it works. Okay, what we need to do is we need to cut it. So cut, and then finish. Okay. What else? We can join. Once you finish the mass, you can join this building and that, and we can join this and this. We have another gate here, and we have another building. So we have a gate here. Also, there's a gate. I mean, there's a wall and gate, and we have more buildings there. You can also press HR to see our Google image. And now there's a chimney that we don't have it in our CAD file, but we can create it. To do so, we can select the JPEG, HH, and that chimney is somewhere here. How we can do it? The same massing, in place mass, and then that chimney is somewhere here. The size, let's give 1 meter radius. I think that's fine. And 3D view, escape, select it, create form. Revit asks us what we want. We want a ball, or like, yeah, or we want this form. We want the first one, and by category, we want white opaque, and also the height. What could be the height? Maybe 50,000. Enter. Let's leave it that way. And also what we want to do is we want to create something here, like where is that image? You can see there is something around. So if we go to side view, finish mass, and then we can create architecture, sorry, massing, in place mass 14. We can create that maybe that much. So select it, go to 3D view. Oh, that was created on the top. So we are going to change it for level, let's say 1. And then create form, also this one, maybe a little higher, something like this, 5 meters. Material, KEA opaque white, finish, and we can join both this and this. Okay, so I'll let you finish. So you have also your 3D view here, or you can press here. That's your 3D view. Actually, before we finished, let's set up the sun settings. So sun settings, and then we can go to single day, and then location, change for Copenhagen. Just type the address and then search. And we got exactly the address. Let's zoom in and see if that's correct. Oh, I zoom in too much. Okay, this is our building. Move this pin, red pin, on the top of the building. Once it's there, that's correct, perfect. Okay, so the numbers are correct. Now the date is 12, and we can also set up the time. We can choose sunrise to sunset. That will be helpful for our solar study later on. Time every 15 minutes, ground plate at level 0. This is where a shadow will appear in our level 0, which is correct. And then we can actually save settings. So save settings, we can say KEA 12/04/2016, and then OK. Okay, then apply, then OK. What happened now is sun settings, save the project. Oh yeah, that's correct. Also, we want shadows on, so you can see the shadows on, or you can turn it off. And visual style, shaded. And so what's next? I want you to finish it up. So you can use all the heights. There is a wall also, 3 meter high wall. Build the rest of the buildings using the heights, and also take a look for more details from this Google Earth view. You can see some shapes. So for example, let's say this building, in this drawing doesn't have the slopes, but feel free to apply the slopes the same way as we did it here or here. And that's it. So thank you and see you.